My wife Gina Carano asked me, so you bought a new house, and I said yes ma'am, it's a beautiful black penthouse with plenty of room for us and the kids, and I have a custom room for our babies and 2 separate rooms when they get older, and I even had a new training gym built on our property complete with an octagon. And Gina got excited and she said really, and I said yes baby, and I helped build it, and I was actually the one that set up our kids rooms. Oh, and I also got plenty of supplies, and I learned everything about taking care of babies so I can better help you my love. And I smiled warmly at Gina and I asked Gina, are you ready to go to our new home baby? And she said oh god yes, I want out of here. And then we went to a gorgeous black penthouse, a very nice infinity pool and big indoor pool along with a big enough gym, and I said I made us a very nice house here, I've been building it for years, it even has doomsday bunker and bulletproof glass windows, it's designed to withstand anything, even the cement walls are not what they seem to be, this is a fortress Gina, and I've been designing it for years, preparing for the day I have a family, everything on this house has been reinforced to be like a bunker. And she asked me how much did this cost, and I said $100 million, and she said damn, and she had this cringed look on her face, but it's worth it, trust me, it even has a very large backyard and it's near Vegas, so that's good. And then she said help me with our kids, and I said yes ma'am, and then I said come on little guys, let's see your rooms. And then I took them both to their rooms and I laid them both down in their baby cribs, and I even set up little baby toilets just to see if my kids are really that smart, and I know they are, that's why I set everything up for little infants too, so they can use the bathroom too. And then later that night, after Gina trained with me in the octagon and I taught her a few new tricks, she saw something surprising in one of the bathrooms. She saw our 2 children using the bathroom and she closed the door quickly, and then after they were both done taking a crap, our kids wiped their butts, and then one of them knocked on the door, and then Gina answered the door and she said are you really that smart little guys? And they both said mama, and she screamed my name, John, come here quick. And then my kids saw me and they said daddy, and I said hey little guys, so they used the little kid toilets I had made for the house. And she said you knew this would probably happen, and I said I don't know if you've noticed Gina, but our children are incredibly smart and they aren't exactly ordinary. And I said you're special, aren't you little guys? And they said daddy, and they said mama, and then Gina said oh they are so cute. And then I carried them to bed and I said come on little buddies, daddy loves you, I said, and then I tucked them both in and I said don't worry kiddos, your legs will get stronger with time. And I tucked them in and I smiled warmly and they both cooed cutely and said daddy, and I said yes little guys, I'm your daddy. And then Gina decided to breastfeed them all the time because she realized just how much she loved our kids, and she said they are getting stronger by the minute. And I said it's because of us Gina, we train together and we love each other, and I built this house to protect them and you, just in case something bad happens. This has a big panic room and a very large underground bunker. And then I showed her the very large underground bunker underneath the house and she said damn, this bunker is even bigger than the house. And then I showed her the bunker also has a very large pool and a very large MMA gym along with a very large shower room with plenty of space with an entrance that's equipped with a very large vault door. And then I said I thought of everything, I was trying my best to create a real home for us and the kids, and I believe I succeeded. This isn't just a house Gina, it's the best house and a fortress with a security system. And she asked me why did you build all this, and I said because I wanted a house that's literally prepared for anything and everything. I even have a lot of guns down here in the bunker and a lifetime supply of food. And then she said this just seems like you're paranoid, and I said no not really, I'm just very smart and misunderstood. Apparently I'm even misunderstood by my own wife. I love you Gina, but no, there's more to it than that. Now think about it, we have kids now and they will always be safe here now, even after we are gone. I made sure of it. I gave our children and our future a fighting chance because the world is cruel but we are not. And she said okay, I am sorry, I understand now. And then I said let's take a shower darling, and she said okay. And then I made love to my wife Gina Carano in the large bunker shower, and after I was done screwing her in every sexual position again, I came in her mouth and she swallowed my cum.